Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make a watering system for your chickens. It's probably not the best way or the cheapest way, but it's just what I had in my head while I was at Lowe's and Tractor Supply, and I was like, seems like it'll work. So let me show you what I got, and then we'll see if it works. So first off, got a Tractor Supply 5-gallon bucket. It's probably not the cheapest one, but I did like the way the lid was on this one, and they also had different types of lids you could put on it. Those lids could probably go on all other buckets. I think this was like a $5 bucket, so yeah, you can get these pretty much for free if you want, but I didn't have one, so there you go. If you're looking for a bucket and you don't want to spend $5, I think they're cheaper if you go to Walmart, or if you also go to like the Firehouse Subs. They got pickle jugs there, but you know, this one was guaranteed with a lid. So if you need the lid, which is very important so your water stays mosquito free, that's the one I used. Then these are the only other things you need. Again, you can make it any size you want. This is just what made sense to me. So I got these poultry nipples. I really wanted instead of these, you can get the screw on. It's like a little cup, and as they peck it, it also fills it up. I couldn't find them, and I'm always an impatient person, so they had plenty of these in stock at Tractor Supply, so I got these. You'll need an end cap if you're doing it exactly like mine. This is a 3/4 end cap, a 3/4 adapter to one of your standard threads. That thread will go into, I just got, you know, like your dishwasher connector with the elbow. There's probably cheaper ways you can do it, but I did like that. You know, this very sturdy. And then the last thing is the 3/4 pipe. So this one is where the water will go. So now let me assemble it. It's pretty simple. You put the end cap on, you put this on the other end, drill the holes, put the nipples in, and then this will go in the bucket. The only other thing I got was washers. Like a rubber washer is like $2. And then I found this in the PVC pipe area. This was $2 as well, and it's rubber. And I've already got 2 washers out of it, and obviously you can get a heck of a lot more. Yeah, you can save a lot of money. All you gotta do is put this washer on it, cut around it, boom. So let me do that. I forgot to also pick this up as well. You don't necessarily need this, because if you do the threads right in the bucket, it'll work. Like so with my rain barrels, I do not have this, but since this bucket is not as thick, I'm gonna go ahead and use this as a nut. So sorry, I have kids. And again, we'll just take our washer, put it right there, cut around it, and then we'll cut the center hole as well. And there you go, it's the ring. Went ahead and put one on this side, so you got your washer and your ring. Now we'll thread it in this. The bit that I used was a 3/4 bit. So you just make any kind of hole as long as it's 3/4. So the threads will naturally create a thread for this. You want it to get it on there, but don't go too tight, because then you got to go buy another bucket. You just want it just barely tight. So let me feed this in. Now that I got that on, flip it over, and we'll put the rubber on first, and then the washer. And then once we have that, I'll get the bolt. Okay, again, this is what I'm using. Pretty much is just a tightener bolt, but obviously it's got the hole in it. So we'll just put that in. And basically all I want this to do is just going to squeeze the 2 rubber washers. You don't absolutely have to have one on the outside, but the inside's pretty important, because it's going to push against that and get a tight fit. And the reason why it doesn't matter on this side too much is because this has got a curve. It's still going to get it watertight, because on my rain barrels, you know, there's no lid, so I have the exact same thing, exact same washer and ring, and they're completely full. No drippage. But there you go. Water can still flow through that. Boom. And that's pretty much the hardest part. The next part is just putting the nipples in for the water pipe. I went ahead and put the caps on, just so I make sure I don't accidentally drill a hole where the caps are going to be. And if you want to measure these, you can. I just kind of laid them out and just kind of make them as even as you can. Obviously, it would look nicer, but, you know, the chickens, they're not going to care. The most important part, though, is you will need a 3/8 hole. So that's all you have to do. So let's drill the 3/8 hole. Okay, holes are in. I lied. I went ahead and measured it 3 1/4 inch apart. Yeah, didn't take too long. Also, for anybody wondering how these go in, they just screw in. You still got plenty of room, just enough room where the water can fill in and still dump out. And then these, it's just a thread with decent rubber washer. So all you want to do is, when you put it in, you just start screwing it in. It'll create its own threads. That's why it's important not to over tighten or anything, since it's that easy. It's just plastic. And you just want to tighten it down until that rubber washer starts to squeeze up on it some. And when it's, you know, pretty tight, the washer's squeezed. That's not really a word, but when you squeeze it up against the whole thing, you're done. Don't tighten anymore. And you just do that all the way through. Alright, so we got all the water nipples on there. Got an end cap on this side, and then your 3/4 to regular fitting, hose fitting on that side. And so now all we have to do is we take that dryer link hose and just go from here to here. You can use any hose you want. That's just the one I found. It was the cheapest one I could find at the time. But let's go fill some water in this and see if anything leaks. Okay, I put a little bit of just regular water in there. So far, nothing's leaking. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a higher level. Okay, so also for this system, the bucket's got to be higher than this because it's going to be gravity fed. So we have some water in there. Nothing's leaking. It's bone dry. But when we undo it, you can see water come out. So now let's put this hose in there. We'll put all these nipples facing down. Then we'll turn this on. And we'll just crank her all the way open. And let's see if we get any water coming out of this. It's going to take a while because it's got to fill up. Okay, finally got it. Just the O-rings itself, since it's on a curved pipe, didn't work. I was hoping it would, but the ring wasn't thick enough. So I just put a little bit of Teflon tape just to kind of seal it up. That seemed to work. I only have one that's still leaking a little bit, but we'll fix it. I just put Teflon tape in here as well. I didn't want to completely seal it up because I want to, you know, if I need to clean it, even though this should stay pretty clean, but you never know. But yeah, they work. So if you push one of these things, you know, water comes out. Pretty awesome. If I need to go get more water, just turn this off. I can take the bucket to my rain barrel and get that done, and then put it back on and turn it back on, and there you go. But if you get one of these and you notice it's not working, what you have to do, so I'll turn this off and let it kind of run out a little bit. Obviously it's not going to because of the vacuum seal. What you need to do is, when you first get it, turn it upside down like so, then turn it on, because what that'll do, you can hear the air coming out. Once when the air is out, then boom, all the water starts to flow out, and then you can flip it upside down, and then water starts coming out again. You can see it flowing. But there you go. Let's go put it in our chicken coop. Okay, so this is what I've got it sitting on. You can see the birds will know. Just let them sit there. Let the water run through it. So push it so they know that the water's coming through. See? All right, now let them. They'll figure it out themselves. All right, that's it. That's it. You can let go. See? See? They know how to now. It'll only take them a few minutes. All right, don't do it anymore. And so there we go. It's just running through. You just want to make sure it's higher. So right now I just got it on a bucket that's a broken, cracked bucket, so no use for it. Yeah, so I can just come out here and I don't have to bother them too much. And there we go. Hey, we just got a whole 5-gallon bucket of water now. But the kids love to still play with them. They are still happy. The thing did really well. We had a big storm last night, and just to show you how much the storm was. So we get a little bit of rain that comes into this water barrel, but not a lot. But last night it rained so much, it filled this whole thing up. So we got that one, and we're blessed. We have one over there too. It's completely full, and it runs. We have it designed where it'll run to this one, because that one will fill up pretty much every time it rains, because it's coming off of there. It runs off of there, runs off of there, and filters into there, and then it'll fill this one up as well. But yeah, there we have it. Now we've got, because they drink a lot of water, you can see it doesn't take them long to figure it out.
Look, it's been up in here. Look, Dad.
Just for an extra, now that we got it working, this is how I give water to my chickens. So they drink straight out of this rain barrel. These packages, electrolytes, are 1 gallon per pack, but I put 2 packs per 5 gallon, just so you know these can go a little bit longer, and it's still better than just rainwater. I mean, rainwater itself is good, but you know, adding a little bit of electrolytes. So let me put these in. So empty bucket, nothing in it yet. Let me just pour this in there. Again, it's just 2 packs. And then how we get the water, because the rain barrel would take forever to fill this up. You know, normally a rain barrel is 1 gallon a minute, so it would take 5 minutes just to fill this up. I just got one of these from Harbor Freight. This is like maybe 30 bucks. Super simple. You can buy one that actually has the relay switch, so when it feels pressure difference, it will shut off. This one doesn't, but it's so cheap, and it holding a little bit of pressure, it's not too bad. But all you got to do is, I just plug it up. I want to build a switch for it, but let me plug it up. So it's plugged up. You don't want it to run like that a long time, but as you can see, I've got, I mean, this is a 100-foot hose, and it's spraying pretty good. So we'll fill this up now and just let it do its thing. But that's all coming from, it's just coming from the spigot, feeding up to the motor, and then through my 100-foot hose, and it's got plenty of pressure. I mean, the garden is, you know, at least 10 feet away, so no problem. So let me fill that up. All right, we've got the barrel back on. Chickens are already like, oh, what's that good stuff? They can smell it and taste it. We'll go ahead and put our lid on. And this lid is to help with critters to not get in it. It'll also, you won't get mosquitoes, even though you're going to go through your water faster than mosquitoes will get in it. But lid's still safe. If you got a bigger tank and you're worried about algae, the white color tank might not be the best for you. Obviously, we'll go through this water before algae even sets in. I'll clean the bucket and put it back. But if you've got like a 55-gallon water system, get a black one or spray paint it black, because the algae only grows by light, and that's how it gets its vitamins and gets healthy. So that's how you can stop that. But I don't have to worry about it because we're only going through 5 gallons. So, you know, a day or two, and then I'll fill it back up. But hope you enjoyed. Hopefully this can help someone if they're trying to figure out how to feed. This is 25 baby chickens and 3. These are about 6 weeks old, corners, crosses. They'll be out here this weekend, but that's how you do that without it getting, you know, poop and everything else all over your water. And so they have healthy water the whole time. Enjoy.